pull up a chair. This is Off the Back Porch. Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer is brought to you in part by Country Village Sporting Goods. Everything you need to get in the woods, the water, or to the camp is at Country Village Sporting Goods. Jason Hardy State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Jason Hardy at State Farm is there. And Larry's Pizza in El Dorado, home of the Double Pizza Parade.
20 plus years of bringing you the most important and latest information with local happenings, news, sports, opinions, and probably an attempt at humor. Also brought to you in part by Davis Farms Country Market. For farm to table fresh, it's Davis Farms Country Market. Cook's Body Shop. Chances are it will happen. And when it does, look to Cook's. Murphy Arts District. For the latest information on concerts and events, go to eldomad.com.
Recorded live from Main Street Pizza in historic, beautiful downtown El Dorado, Arkansas. With a history of being the voices you trust. This is Off the Back Porch with Boomer and Sandy. Or Sandy and Boomer. Or two old guys you've known for a long time, whatever. And now your hosts, Troy, Boomer, Barrios, and B.A. Sandy Sanford.
Hey, and welcome to another edition of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. And Boomer, it's another great day to be here at Main Street Pizza.
I'm telling you, it's always a good day to be at Main Street Pizza, though.
Yeah. And I just had a bite. I just had one bite.
I saw it come up, and I didn't even reach for it. Though,
yeah.
So.
And so God, that pizza's good.
Where are y'all hiding it? That's what I want to
It's
know.
right behind us.
Oh, okay, I see
Yeah.
it.
So we keep an eye on it now.
And you better. Well,
Yeah.
I'm close to it. So
Are you a kleptomaniac?
Yes,
Okay.
Klepto Pizza Rack.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had we used to sit at that table over there to do the
With our
podcast
backs to the show, to the room.
and we had a pizza sitting on this table, and a guy walks through and picks it up and walks out.
Wow.
Gets him a couple, 3 pieces, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'd had a
but
piece.
he was on camera.
He was.
We had one piece each, and then
He just
we
helped
turned back
himself.
around. There was 2 pieces
Oh
left.
my gosh.
So he had taken like 6 or something.
I mean, you can go back. It's probably a year ago now.
well close, yeah.
Yeah, you
This
can
is
go back and see
episode
it.
47. So
Yeah.
He took all you could eat.
Yeah.
I mean,
He did,
that was for real.
Well, it looked like a table that people had eaten and left.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
he just thinking, well, hey.
I don't think so, because I think he was sitting here. I think he was sitting over
No,
there
he was sitting over there.
when they brought our pizza out.
Oh, well, he had his back to us. Listen,
That's the guy who wanted to interrupt. He wanted to get in on the conversation. He wanted to be on the podcast.
He came
with
in and
us.
ordered him a pitcher of beer and sat over there, and then took some of our pizza and left his beer and walked out. So they had to go hunt him down
because he didn't pay for his
he
beer.
didn't pay for the beer.
So he did some serious dining today.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
I understand.
certainly
Yeah.
did. And also, welcome to the show, Tonya Allen.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
So let me explain to our audience real quick.
Some mansplaining?
What? No.
Okay. You just ignored me a little bit.
The candidates who've been spending money with us as sponsors, those candidates we invited onto this week's podcast,
Okay.
which is the last one prior to the
Election.
the primary election.
Yes.
And of course, early voting is going on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
March 3rd?
yes.
Yeah.
So we invited Tonya, we invited Ryan Wolf, we invited Rico Robertson, we invited not Charles, that's his brother, Robert Rushy, and we invited all of them, and everyone had accepted, but then Ryan, for whatever reason, he couldn't be here.
Okay.
So I just want to be clear of why didn't you have so and so on? Because they didn't spend money with us.
Yeah.
And every candidate, we sent them a proposal for advertising with us
Sure.
and telling them, if you do this, we will have you on the podcast.
We'll give you an advertising spot on the podcast.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so Tonya took us up on that. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for
Now,
having me.
Tell our audience which office it is you're running for.
Union County Circuit Clerk.
Okay, and what does the circuit clerk do? I know the answers to these, but for people who don't know.
If you have ever filed a lawsuit, if you have ever filed for divorce, if you have ever recorded a mortgage or a deed or a lien, anything like that, or if you've ever gotten a letter from a clerk saying you've got jury duty, that all comes from the circuit clerk's office.
I've done all of those.
I have too.
With it, y'all are very familiar then.
Yeah. So one of the questions that came up during the debate, and we have a ton of questions that we could ask, but this one came up during the debate, and it was the most recently elected circuit clerk resigned from office in a plea deal to avoid 2 felony charges.
Yes.
The circuit clerk prior to that was dogged with scandal for hostile work environment, favoritism, putting cameras in the bathrooms, things like that. And the question was, how would you restore the public's faith in the circuit clerk's office?
Well, first off, I've been in the legal business long enough to know that you don't touch a judge's records. You don't touch anything that has been filed of record already. Anything the judge signs, you don't mess with it after that. And as far as the cameras and everything like that, I wouldn't hire anybody that I didn't trust. Mm-hmm. And plus, I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. So do unto others.
Yeah, whole golden rule thing.
Golden rule. That's exactly right.
Let's do unto others before they do unto you.
Yes,
That's pretty close. That's pretty close to it.
Feel that way.
Except that's an easy answer. It said, what are you going to do about the cameras in the bathroom? Not put them in there?
Yeah. Not have those?
Not have those? Let's see. How about that?
I think there's some law about doing that.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is.
yeah.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure you could end up on a registry.
Yes, I would
Have to sign up
imagine.
as an offender.
That's exactly right. That's
true.
exactly
That's
right.
true.
But no, you can't do that.
So you alluded to it a moment ago. You said you have a lot of legal experience. Let's talk about that.
I do. I graduated from Parks Chapel High School in 1984.
In law?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
With a law degree?
I have my, yes, that's exactly right.
I knew they
And
were
majored in
advanced
law. May of 1984 and August of 1984, I went to work for the law firm of Guthrie, Burbank, Dodson, and McDonald.
And stayed there a minute.
And I'm there, but now I'm working for Judge Gary Burbank
Yeah.
as his trial court administrator, which I have a hair in my face. A lot of the things that the trial court administrators do are similar to what the circuit clerk does. You are the keeper of the records, you are the keeper of the judge's calendar, and that's very similar to what the circuit clerk's office does now. And I just kind of felt like that was my next step, was just move on over to
The
circuit clerk. Yeah,
office.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully.
Here's the thing, Boomer. I picked up on the fact that she graduated high school in 1984, 6 years before me, and I look 10 years older than she does.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
no, you
whatever.
don't.
But I've mistreated myself over the years.
Well, we all have. Some. Well, because we were grown up when you could lay in the sun and put the baby oil on.
Yeah, you know,
And do all that stuff.
steak and eggs were good for you.
Yeah.
Are they not?
I don't know. They go back and forth so
Oh,
much.
okay.
You know,
I was gonna
You could
say-
smoke in the hospital.
hospitals. Yeah.
We had a smoking tree at Parker's Chapel.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was in high school, we
Yeah.
had a smoking section.
And now, if you turn down the school road with a cigarette in your hand, they're going to arrest
Yeah.
you. But, yeah. I
And you could
remember
have
that.
guns in your car still back
That's,
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
the boys rode 4-wheelers and they all had shotguns
Gun
and
racks.
rifles and gun racks.
Yeah,
and-
I kept a gun rack on my truck, and then one time I remember it was my senior year. They showed up with a drug dog at school, and I went to one of my teachers and I said, "Hey, look,
Here's the deal.
I've got that shotgun up out there. I'm not overly concerned about it." I said, "But I have a pistol out there in my truck that doesn't have serial numbers on it."
Oh my!
And
Oh,
I said,
my.
"If that dog alerts to that gun,
I'm in a
and
lot
they
of
just
trouble.
want to look, I'm in trouble." He
Yeah.
said, "Go get it and bring it here." He said, "Is it holstered?" I said, "It's actually in a bag." He said, "Great, keep it in that bag and bring it here." And so I did. I walked out to the parking lot, got it, walked back into the school with a dang handgun,
A bag with a
Oh
gun
my
in it.
gosh.
and handed it to him, and he put it in his desk drawer. He said, "Come see me after school." Okay.
But that kind of stuff that goes on now, never. Who thought about that when we were in school?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well,
You know-
no one was coming to school and shooting people,
No,
even
not
in
at
the
all.
80s.
I still go back to because they don't let kids fight it out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this all started when we quit letting kids fight.
Well, and also we wouldn't let kids climb on the monkey bars because that just
That thinned the herd.
that thinned the herd a little. So see, when we had the president's achievement award when I was in school, and they had some
The
little
physical fitness award?
physical
Yeah.
fitness award, and you had some things you had to crawl through and go backwards and chin ups and all this, and then of course all of them had monkey bars. Well, there was always some kid that should have been wearing a helmet falling off the monkey
Yeah.
bars. And so that's what we say. We didn't really want anybody to die, but I mean, they just did. No,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, just, my thing is let's bring back lawn darts.
Oh my gosh, a Red Rover.
Lawn darts,
Clothesline somebody.
dodgeball, and non-child-proof safety lights.
And the Saturday Night Live thing where they had glass in a bag.
Bag of glass.
Bag of glass.
Yeah.
Y'all are vicious.
Well,
My
again,
goodness.
No, I mean, we didn't want that one back.
I do say that you never. I mean, again, there were more guns on campus when I was in high school than
Oh, yeah.
you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And there was never,
No.
ever one time an issue.
No, never. And we never thought about it.
No, but again, ever since they quit letting kids fight it out,
Yeah.
and because back in the day, teachers knew that kid's being a little jerk.
Yeah. If he's a bully,
He's going to be getting his ass whipped.
Yeah,
before all
he's
said and
gonna
done.
have
That's
to.
exactly
He's going to
right.
have to get knocked down a couple of notches. Yeah.
And then
Needs it.
and the next thing you know, he did. And guess what? They were all buddies after that.
Mhm. Especially little boys now.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Now little girls get in a fight, they remember it till they're seniors in high school,
Yeah, at the
and then
they do.
on into adulthood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that time in the third grade when I
I
said
remember when you
I
took
used to
my
say Bob was my
boyfriend.
best friend and you wasn't my best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
When you check, yes, I'll be your
Nah.
girlfriend. I remember that. I still have that paper.
Hey, let me tell you what we had at Valentine's Day. Everyone had a little packet on a bulletin board, and everybody would go to the TGNY or Walgreens or whatever and get a packet of little Valentine cards, and they were just like this, like a postcards type.
Yeah.
And you would write them out, and then you'd go put them in whoever you wanted to on the. Oh, and boy, that was something.
We
If you
did
got
shoe boxes. You take the shoe box and you
Yeah.
put stuff
Okay.
on it
Yeah.
and had to cut the
We
Yeah.
did more of what you talking about, and then when the end of the day came, if you were fortunate enough to get a whole bunch of Valentine's cards, you just had to figure out a way to carry them. We
That's
didn't,
true.
We didn't have a box or a sack or anything like that.
and we didn't carry backpacks or anything.
No,
Do
we
they
didn't.
do they do that now? Do the kids can they play?
Yes.
Can they still have the Valentine's
I think they still
parties?
do the box.
I know they've limited a lot of the parties because of they don't want kids to have cookies and stuff.
Yeah,
They also have
Crazy.
litter boxes at the school.
Oh, they do.
No,
Yeah,
no,
do
they
that.
don't.
That's for the kids that
No,
fell
they
off the monkey bars
No,
the ones that should have.
that are identifying as cats.
No, there are no litter boxes at the school,
No.
as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I understand.
But there are people wearing tails.
Yeah, well,
That's not true
I've
either.
I've seen that. I've seen that down on the square on a Saturday night. So
Yeah,
I'm not saying
well-
anything about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not just that generation.
Yeah.
That goes.
There's a lot of crazy.
But we digress.
Yes, yes, we do. So, I know that I've been out driving, seeing clients, and going and running this errand and that errand, and it seems like I'm seeing you in multiple places in town at the same time. I mean, good Lord,
Possibly.
how many intersections have you stood at waving at people with your sign?
About 3 of them, and I'm headed to Junction today or tomorrow, and
Yeah.
then Strong. I just need to figure out where to stand in Junction. So if y'all have any advice, I know Strong will be Teddy
right
Bear.
there at the state line
At the
before you get to
state-
that drive-through liquor store, that drive-through daiquiri store,
state
because
line.
that's where everybody from Union County is going down there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
or right across from the bank,
Yeah.
across like
Yeah,
the going
you-
out of town bank, right there. That'd be a good place.
Okay.
Or where you turn right to go to Minden. or-
McDonald's, grocery.
Yeah, McDonald's grocery.
To me, that's the hub. That's
Have you been to college in Mount Holly? Kind
I've
of
been
that
to
area.
college in Hillsboro.
Okay,
done
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and I was thinking about doing college Timberlane in Hillsboro,
Yeah.
or Timberlane in college. Timberlane Hillsboro. I haven't done that yet,
Yeah.
but
I saw you at
I'm trying.
19th and Northwest.
That's a really good place.
Well,
because
that's the second highest traffic count in the county.
I believe that.
And
I've stood at Burbank Furniture.
there's
oh,
the highest traffic count in the county.
That is right there.
Yeah.
10th and Northwest Avenue is
I
the
didn't know
highest
that.
traffic
Really?
count
I
in the
would have
county.
figured it would have been 19th and
You
Northwest
can,
because.
you can get those reports.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get those from the state, and I think last time I checked, and it's
Sign
been
people.
it's been a few years. Yeah, people who own billboards, right? I used to, and I think last time I checked, 28,800 vehicles passed by that intersection at 10th and Northwest
Okay.
a day.
A day.
And
You're waving, and then they'll stop, and you've been waving, and they're staring at you, and you're like,
Oh, hey.
yeah, yeah,
But no, it's fine. I think that you just need to get out and interact with people.
Yeah.
yes,
And I stood at the auditorium last Saturday for early voting. Be back there again this Saturday sometime.
yeah.
But,
So early voting is going on.
well, let me ask you another question. I'm a little bit confused. The third, which is the actual election day,
Mm-hmm.
are people in El Dorado still voting at the auditorium?
That's my understanding.
Okay. Okay.
It's all there now.
I get asked that. It is. Okay.
I believe so. I believe it's there. I don't believe there are precinct voting boxes.
Yeah.
The early voting is not produced in big numbers. I don't think. I'm kind of concerned about
It's an
that.
off year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the sales tax though for the hospital.
Yeah.
I figured it would have been a lot more, and with the mayor's race and the two big contestants running, so
Yeah.
I just kind of figured that.
Yeah, I mean, you have several races that will be decided simply on the Republican ballot.
Yes.
Yours being one of them, and then I think the
Union County Assessor.
assessor's office will be decided on the Republican ballot. But then you choose your nominee, your Republican nominee for mayor.
Yes.
You're going to choose your Republican nominee for city attorney. There's another race. It's a JP race, maybe District 8, I believe. Adam Robertson and
I don't know who's running.
I don't either.
I should have never said a name. Anyway, I'll remember here in a minute. But I think that race is going to be decided on the Republican ballot. But you know, I remember. I think the only time I've ever voted on the Democrat ballot in Union County, and I've been here for 24 years, is when Ken Jones and Ricky Roberts were running for sheriff, and that was on the
Yeah.
Democrat ballot back then, and that was, you know, that was a wild time. But let's see, I've got some questions here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Here we go.
I know.
Yeah, these are tough too.
I'm
by
not
the way.
prepared. Better be by now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Very serious question. What's something you believed for way too long before you realized you were completely wrong about it? I'll give you an answer,
Okay.
and then that way it'll give you a chance to
thank
think.
you.
How about that?
That's a tough one.
Number one, that adults knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
didn't
really good
realize
one.
that.
Yeah,
I
when you
didn't
were little.
realize when I got to be an adult that we're just winging it.
Yeah, don't know what you're doing.
I have no clue what I'm doing. Got 6 kids, and that I've so far.
None of them are dead yet.
Yeah, no one's been to prison.
No.
We've had no babies out of wedlock. You know, so
There
But
was
that-
only one Darren on Bewitched. Does that work?
Yeah.
No, that's not what you're wanting. Okay.
well, I mean, you know,
If you believe that.
if you
I
believed
did
it.
I did for a while.
Yeah, well, there
and then
wasn't.
There were 2.
There was 2. That's
I
right.
hated that. Let's
Yeah.
see. One
Also,
full-
2 different Lamonts on
There
the
was.
Jeffersons.
There was 2 different Lamonts.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there was one Lamont that was really thin and tall, and then there was another one who was more athletic. That's the one everybody really
Remembers,
remembers.
yeah.
On Sanford and Son?
No,
The
no, on the
Jeffersons.
Jeffersons.
the Jeffersons.
That's a little bit before you, maybe.
No, I
Well,
remember
you
the
remember
me?
No, I remember the Jeffersons, but I'm trying to
She nearly punched me. Did you see that?
I did
I
not.
said she's older than me, and that hand went up.
Oh, she's flinched. She was punking you.
No, I was going for him. He's right. I don't know, Sandy. That's a really good one.
I believe.
I believe that just because you're nice to people doesn't mean they're going to be nice to you.
Yeah.
And I always thought that because your parents teach you that, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. I guess we were just sheltered, but I've definitely learned that
you know
that's
what?
not the case.
The thing there is at the end of the day, I don't go to sleep based on that person's conscience.
yeah.
Yeah.
I go to sleep based on mine.
Yeah.
So if you want to treat me like poo, that's fine. Go ahead. But also there comes that time,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and once I get there, there's
Yeah.
no going
I
back.
understand.
Martha will do this.
Yep.
If she does that, that's it.
Yep. That's it.
I
You
understand.
she only give now she's the nicest person you know, isn't she?
She is.
and she will give you plenty of chances, but that's
But
it.
once
That's
you
it.
get there-
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe that we went to the moon for a long time. Yeah.
And that the Earth was round.
Yeah, no,
And
no
that-
flat, but yeah. And I told one of my daughters that she was going down that rabbit hole about the flat Earth and the moon. I said, listen, you can believe the moon thing if you want to, but the Earth is definitely not flat.
People still think that though.
Oh yeah, but they're wrong.
I mean, there's a whole page on Facebook dedicated
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh,
that.
yeah. but they're wrong.
and it has millions of followers.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
But-
convinced.
But they can be wrong. It's okay.
It's your prerogative to be wrong.
Crazier than sprayed cockroaches is
Yeah.
all
There
you
I'm
go.
saying. That's that's how I
Here's
feel.
another question for
Okay.
you. Another really tough one.
Okay.
What's the most confident bad decision you've ever made? So for me, I let one of Daddy's lady friends cut my hair when I was about 12, and she told me she could cut hair. And believe it or not, I had hair back then. It wasn't many years after that it started falling out, but
There you go.
she convinced me that she could cut hair, And so I let her.
And she couldn't.
Oh, no, she couldn't. About the only way I could save it from there was either to go with a bowl cut or a buzz. And I chose the buzz. After going to school for one day with that haircut, she gave me.
Mine was very similar to that. Letting a lady tell me, she said, let me try bleaching your hair. And I didn't really understand what bleaching my hair was. I thought it just might be blonde highlights, but no. It's
Yellow,
it's
white,
silver.
or silver, yeah.
I screamed in the middle of the beauty shop.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
So
I get it.
I actually dated a hairdresser years ago, and I let her cut my hair. In fact, we were on the way to Florida from Oklahoma and stopped in Shreveport, and we'd had a huge fight on the way, and she decided I needed a haircut. And I let her.
Boomer.
And I let her.
Boomer, man.
You know, that's how trusted I. She goes, you need a haircut before we get to Florida. I mean, she chopped.
Oh,
I started to leave her on the side of the road.
Don't blame you.
Well, but her mama would have been mad at me.
She wouldn't have
Yeah,
been happy with
yeah.
you at all.
Let's see. What's a skill you thought adulthood would require, but you almost never use?
Algebra.
There you go.
I mean, seriously.
Cursive.
They lied to us. Cursive, yeah.
For me, it's cursive. Man, in third grade, when we went from the Big Chief tablets to regular paper,
Yeah.
and from the big red pencils
Yeah.
to regular pencils, and then we were going to learn cursive. Shoot, man, I was a grown man by that point. I thought there ain't nothing you can tell me now.
I know cursive.
I know cursive.
Cursive, girl.
And
I can write in first graders can't understand what I'm writing.
I haven't used it since Clinton was in office.
They don't even teach
They don't
that anymore,
teach
do
that.
I don't
they?
know if they do or not.
No, they don't.
Okay.
I know for a fact they don't.
My
Okay.
kids somehow or another know it though.
Oh.
Well, they figured that your kids are a little above average.
probably Googled
They
it
did
or
not
something.
make a 960 on the SATs. And they can read a speech, by the way.
Yeah, algebra.
Yeah.
Although I will admit, I do use algebra
I've used it
as
some.
long as
Yeah.
it's very basic.
Yeah.
But my daughter, who's a senior in high school, a couple years ago, she said, I used to get a little, I don't know, miffed because she would need help with her homework and she would call somebody. And it's like history and civics. And I'm like, dude, what do you do? I'm a walking encyclopedia of civics knowledge. And she would call one of her friends, some dumb kid. And one day she's like, Dad, I need some help with homework. Absolutely, what you got? It's some math. I was like, okay.
Oh, no.
And it was science. It was science is what it was. And so I go and sit down at the table and I look at it and I said, this ain't science, this is math. And she said, well, it's chemistry. I'm like, I said, and this math has letters in it. I don't do letter math.
That's
I don't do
English.
some of that letter math.
I said, you have to call Micah. I said, or Cam.
Yeah.
They made it to letter math. I didn't. I barely made it past that initial letter
You,
math.
you can't do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You can't figure for A or no B or C or nothing. Can you maybe do some of that?
A little.
2x squared equals 15.
I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. That's basic algebra.
Okay.
But what she had was, and it wasn't just letter math, it had symbols in it. There was a triangle and a squiggly line and a Sigma Kappa looking
gosh.
thing from a fraternity or sorority.
Delta, delta, delta.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, good Lord. I was like, I don't even know. Is this even English? I don't understand.
It's Sanskrit.
Yeah. Hieroglyphics over here trying to get me to do a math problem.
No, I'm not a big fan of math.
It was lost on me, brother.
Oh,
They put me in advanced math, and I think I made a 4 on my ACT on math or something illiterate.
I liked accounting, but
What is the first thing you remember buying with your own money when you started working?
a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Remember what
It
year,
was
make,
a
and model?
Pontiac Grand Prix. It was an 86 model, maybe. I
Nice.
think. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
loved it.
How about you?
The CBS Record Club. I don't really. You could pay a penny. And
Pay a penny and
Pay a penny and get 12, but you had to be in it for a year or
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
No,
I always wondered about that.
The first thing that I bought of real significance as well was a car. When I got married and bought a car. And
Yeah.
I'd always wanted a Thunderbird, so I went and bought me a Thunderbird.
Yeah.
I went and got my very own
Bed.
rod and reel. And
Waterbead.
and you wonder why you get hate mail.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, you don't want it all. I don't remember what kind of rod it was. I don't. But I do. I remember it was medium action. Mm-hmm. But I do remember it was an Abu Garcia.
Abu Garcia, baby.
Abu Garcia, open face, bait caster reel.
Yeah.
Man,
You thought you'd arrived.
Oh yeah, because up till then, Daddy bought every fishing pole I ever had, and they were all Zebcos. You know, 202 and then 303. Oh, listen, I still use Zebcos today.
Yeah.
Well, and you have to have a little more skill to throw an open cast
I
reel.
can't do the open
And
cast.
so I always wanted to. Daddy had 3 or 4 of them, those Abu Garcias, and I had that Zebco 33 that I was slinging.
That's what I used.
For a long time, I couldn't have hooks. He goes, "No, when you can quit throwing it, don't you say nothing.
I said
When you
work.
quit throwing it in the trees, I'll give you some hooks."
I love my Zipco
I went
33.
fishing a lot with a little rubber plug.
Yeah.
Keep going, it'll be all right. Throw it out there, they'll grab it.
Y'all remember Gibson's?
Yeah.
Daddy took us to Gibson's, and he'd take us fishing. My parents were divorced, and we stayed with him on the weekends, and he'd take us fishing. And I'd say, we'd be walking down the little aisle they had. And I said, "Daddy, what are they biting?" And whatever was on sale. This is it
Right here, baby. This is what they're biting on.
I guarantee you, down to Callion we'd go. Never caught anything, but we had a good time.
But you remember Daddy take you fishing.
Oh man,
That's it.
yeah, I do. I
That's
miss
it.
my daddy.
Oh, that's it. That's the whole thing is when you get, I look back, and it really is. I remember the things that Daddy did that were mistakes as a parent. Of course you do, because,
sure.
but none of those matter.
Nope.
Those none. Now, granted, if my daddy had been a bad dad,
Yeah.
they probably would matter.
Yeah, but
all those times without electricity and without running water and when the oil business was just tits up in the mid '80s and we were struggling to eat and but none of that seems to matter. What I remember the most is Daddy standing in that coach's box on third base line. Me on the mound with Daddy calling pitches and teaching me how to pick up the spin coming out of the pitcher's hand. Teaching me, how to steal signs when I'm standing on second base and relay those to the batter. All that stuff, all the Astros games we went to. My very first one that I remember, and it wasn't my first one because evidently I was about 4 months old when I went to my first one. But first one I remember, the umpires were still using those big balloon things that hold out in front of them. And the Astros were playing the Mets, and I remember walking with Daddy, and it's in the Astrodome, and it had a concourse, and so we get to the one where our level is, and it's dark. Everything's dark. And then as we're walking towards the field, it opens up and opens up and opens up. And I remember I went, because it was just such a sight to behold, to see it. And
that Astrodome was that original.
Astrodome was cool.
It was cool.
It was really cool. We Boomer and I went to Minute Maid. It's not called Minute Maid Park anymore. I don't remember what it's called now.
No, I don't even.
It wasn't Enron then, but I also went to it when it was Enron Field.
This is baseball.
This is Astros.
Never been. I want to go to a professional football game. I think that'd be fun. Have you ever done that?
I've been to two. I've been to two, both in Houston. The Oilers versus the Steelers, and the Oilers versus the Broncos. And they won both of those games, which was pretty rare for them back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's because they had Herschel Walker.
No, they never had Herschel Walker.
Okay, they had
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Yeah, this was after Earl Campbell.
Okay.
Sausage Man. Didn't he have sausage?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I buy.
Yeah, there was a rumor earlier this week that he died. And he came out on Facebook. He said, "Hey, folks,
I'm still alive.
just want to let everybody know I'm doing great. I don't even have a cough.
I'm not even sick."
Well, as bad as it's been this year so far. Oh my gosh.
Let's see if we
horrible.
have.
That's
any more
what
of these
Jesse
tough-
Duplantis said. He said, "God ain't dead. He ain't never even been sick."
That's true.
The brand new deli is open at Davis Farms Country Market, featuring Boar's Head cheese and meats. Try the Turkey Bacon Ranch, the London Broil Roast Beef, the Club Sandwich, or a fresh and crispy BLT. Check out their Cranberry and Pecan Chicken Salad, not to mention fresh hot gumbo, the soup of the day, and more. Davis Farms Country Market, 4523 Junction City Highway, or call 870-639-1323.
In a strong city, trust isn't a slogan, it's the foundation. That's why Ryan Wolf is running for city attorney. Ryan is a proud Navy veteran with real-world legal experience as a paralegal and a college instructor, committed to clear, consistent legal guidance that supports our city council, city departments, and every resident of El Dorado. Focused, fair, for El Dorado. Vote Ryan Wolf for city attorney. Paid for by the committee to elect Ryan Wolf.
Experience, courage, common sense. All of these are traits we want in any elected position, but especially in the man we will pick as our next sheriff. Michael Fife hasn't just been in law enforcement for 30 plus years. He's the one who answers the call in the middle of the night, putting himself last and Union County first, looking folks in the eye, doing what's right, standing up for all of us. Vote for Michael Fife for Union County Sheriff.
I'm Dr. Steve Smart. I spent my career here in El Dorado, seeing daily the importance of a strong local hospital. I see neighbors having emergencies, families needing care, and seniors who depend on services close to home. Right now, rising costs are putting pressure on hospitals everywhere. That's why I support a 1/2 cent sales tax that creates dedicated funding for our hospital. Every dollar stays right here. Vote yes for the 1/2 cent sales tax. El Dorado deserves strong local health care.
Country Village Sporting Goods has a little bit of everything you need to get you to the water, the woods, or to the camp. Coming soon, a new shipment of Creek boats. Every year we sell out fast. Get yours ordered today. It seems like we're always unboxing the latest and greatest in lures and tackle. Come check out new colors, new styles, and the latest technology making rods lighter and reels easier to cast. Cruise through our vast selection of camo clothing, coveralls, overalls, boots, outerwear, and more. All at Country Village Sporting Goods, 965 Smackover Highway in El Dorado.
Who was someone you were convinced was a genius until you had to work on a project with them?
Ooh, I see. I can't say that at election time.
Not saying any names, just going to
Whistle
point and
and
whistle.
Crickets.
No, that's not true.
I don't
have that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have
I
that
don't know.
I don't have that
I don't know. What's a smell that instantly takes you back to another time in your life?
Cotton candy at the fair when I was little. When I'm going to the fair with my mom and
Yeah.
daddy.
Mine, fresh cut grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it just makes me think of Daddy as my baseball
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
That's one for me. What's something everyone pretends to enjoy but they absolutely do not? Church. No.
I didn't say that, Clark Whitney.
No.
Let me see.
For me, it's those team building exercises.
Oh my God.
Everybody acts like they enjoyed it, but no one really did.
Yeah.
No one really enjoyed them.
Team. Just get out of the way. I'll do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
because
don't
I
know
don't really
that
do
either.
anything that I just don't want to do
Yeah,
now that
but-
I'm grown up. I don't want to do it. I'm not going.
Yeah.
What's the pettiest hill you will die on?
Pettiest.
I'll tell you for me
I
real
was going to
quick.
say, you're going to give me an answer.
Real easy. If you don't put your shopping cart back, I know everything I need to know about
Word to that.
you. If
You can walk 50 miles at Walmart back and forth, but you can't go 10 feet to put your buggy in the cart. Thank you. I agree with you on that one.
we can't be friends.
Yeah.
I can't even be friends with people like that.
Are people that don't say thank you when you open the door for them?
You know, I
That
get
goes-
it. Some people don't have home training.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess that goes back to, me
Yeah.
just thinking everybody should be nice and have manners,
But
and
I'm
they
just
do
going to
not.
tell you, if you leave your shopping cart out, you are lazy, and I cannot be friends with you.
That's
Also, if you litter,
I agree.
I'm
Yeah.
big on that.
Yeah.
Look, not that I've never thrown a gum wrapper or whatever out the window, but You remember the time I nearly got in a fight in front of the radio station because they pulled up to the red light there on 19th? The guy
Threw
throws a
something
Sonic cup out in my parking lot.
We're standing out there.
I walk over there, get out and pick that up. Oh, man, I dropped it. I said, no, you chunked it.
You chunked it, bro.
Get out and pick it up. Well, the light, I said, I ain't worried about that light.
Made him pick it up. He got out.
And look, it took this guy 12 minutes to get out of that car. There was so much of him. He was a big old dude. I was like, yeah, there you go, Sandy.
Maybe I ought to rethink this.
Pick that guy. But yeah,
citizens arrest.
Yeah, if you don't put your shopping cart back,
I'm with you on that.
I just don't have a whole lot for you.
The Walmart thing though, driving the wrong way on the aisle, on the lane.
Yeah, come on, man.
Man, so and it's been a while. I met a dude driving the wrong way, and and I'm being a butt. I wouldn't move over.
Damn.
And so then he pulls over, and I go around him. I come up the next aisle. This idiot's going the wrong way on that one too.
Well, I mean, he's going the other way.
Just go.
I just went this way and it didn't work, so I was going to go the other way. On the next aisle over.
Skip one.
Yeah. There are people that want to carry on a 20-minute conversation in front of the soup aisle. Don't do that. Go to the diet food aisle. So I tell everybody, nobody's on that aisle. Go to the diet food aisle.
That's good, Tonya.
Stay out of the Campbell soup aisle.
Yeah. Or the milk. Don't stand in front of the milk.
Don't stand in front of the milk.
Staring
at it.
Yeah,
it's
right.
not going to change us all from it.
I try to back up. I just try to back up so I can see everything.
Give them room to open the door. I get it.
By the way, is there anything I can do to keep from getting shocked at Brookshire's every time I touch one of them damn freezer doors?
You better
they've got a ground problem then.
They sure do.
Oh, it's every time. I mean, just.
Well, maybe it's just your electrifying personality.
That's what it is. That's not what you said about my personality last time.
What did I say?
And something about an orifice and stuff.
What?
I'm just saying.
See, you can say anything and I won't remember.
I do.
Same here.
Yeah. What's the most awkward situation you've had to pretend was okay? Here's mine. Waving at somebody I thought was waving at me.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you realize they're not waving at you, and they're like, they're giving, what I tell my 18-year-old, the stank face, she carries it around all the time. And I've also been told it's called RBF.
I used to have a gray Honda.
Resting face.
Yeah, I got you. I know what that is.
But I wave at somebody like, as they walk past you, I'm like, I wasn't waving at you, that guy over there. And they turn and look, and then by then I'm able to walk away.
I've got two of those. Years ago, there was a girl that was waiting at a counter, and I walked up and handed her a napkin and told her she had something on her nose. She goes, "That's a birthmark." I said, "Don't I feel stupid?" She goes, "Most people try to wipe it off for me."
Oh.
Yeah.
At least you didn't reach over.
And then I asked a lady, "When are you going to have that baby?"
That's a man thing. Y'all are bad about doing that.
Women she know said better 3 months ago.
Something I learned.
I said I knew that. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Something I learned later in life. It was just, I don't know. Maybe I didn't have home training, but to touch pregnant women on their belly.
Yeah, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I was not far from being a kid. I was in my 20s when I learned, my early 20s when I learned, it's probably not a good thing. I didn't know any better, but so, they say you should never do that without asking. Well, I'm not even going to ask.
You go, hey.
So, what are we going to do if they say no? Can I rub your belly?
No. Okay,
sorry.
Fine.
Well, so I was, my first wife and I were seniors in college when she was pregnant with Amanda. And, I guess, I don't know, everybody thought it was okay, all these 20-year-olds. And, it didn't go over real well with me. But, yeah, people think it's okay, especially guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Most women don't mind another woman coming up and touching her on her belly. But, you wouldn't do that to a woman that's not pregnant. Oh, you got a nice belly.
You got a flat belly. My biggest one is I thought I was the only person that had a gray Honda Accord, and I kept going into the wrong one. Sitting there pulling on the wrong door. And Greg Parrish, I don't know if you remember him, he used to be here. Yeah. It was his car I'd always try to break into.
So, my wife, who's a paramedic as well as a nurse, she's off working on an ambulance, and the Munchkin was like 7. We go over there to see her. We take her dinner. It was a Saturday night. We took her dinner. We got ready to leave, and we're walking out in the parking lot, and my wife's with us, and Munchkin. I reach over and unlock the car, and I had a blue Nissan Altima, And Munchkin runs over there, yanks the back door open, and jumps in. And I look, and I'm like, where's her car seat? Oh my God, kid, get out. That's not our car.
It unlocked their car?
No. Everybody just left theirs unlocked.
Oh, gotcha. I was like,
And
oh
yours
my gosh.
was not there.
And mine was
Next, further down.
just a little further over there. But
thieves are doing that, though. They're fixing it where they can get into your car with those fobs now somehow.
Yeah.
I saw that on the news. And everybody knows the news is
So
true.
we're at the dog track in Florida.
okay.
And we were driving, we called it the stink wagon, the green Aerostar that we had. And so there's 4 or 5 of us, and I go and unlock a green Aerostar. And I look in there and said, I don't have a road atlas. I looked around and I said, I don't have, this is not our van. And I look over there and there's our van. I said, hold up. I said, let's open both of them. No.
See which one's nicer. We might want to take that one.
I'm going to trade with them.
Years ago, I bought a 90 model Chevrolet short and wide.
I was about to say.
Single cab, and so Stanley Creech and I pull up to this barbecue place, and we're going to get out and go in and eat. And this fella comes over and said, "Hey, where your model's at?" I said, 90. He said,
Come here.
"Bring your key and come here."
Open my trunk.
And he said, "I locked my keys inside." He said, "Run your key off in there and unlock it." I said, "My key's not going to." Yeah,
Yeah, will.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Chevrolet only made like
About
3
90,
keys.
90 to 92 model that you stick that round key, back when you had 2 keys.
Yeah, the round,
square one
and round one for the door and the trunk.
Yeah, so you could take that round key and just about open any 90 to 92 model Chevrolet,
gosh.
Chevrolet or GMC pickup.
Yeah. Somebody told me they only had like 3 or 4 keys.
That's
Everybody
probably
shared.
right. That would be classic for that time.
Well,
period.
that's back in the day. Even when I first moved to Oklahoma, big streets and they didn't have drainage. There's no drainage ditches or culverts in Oklahoma because it all just runs down the middle of the street like West Texas. But so the streets are wide and people would park in the middle between the 2 lanes on the square downtown. Well, everybody would either leave their car running or the keys in it.
Right.
And that was back when you could go in a store and you didn't need your checkbook because all the bank's checks were right there. You just counter checks, they called them. And so, so everybody, nobody was stealing nothing back then, or not everybody. There's that guy on Andy Griffin that stole stuff.
Well, there was a guy from your
Cows.
town on the radio. His name was Robber because he was a burglar.
Well, no, his name was Burglar.
Burglar, okay. I mean, talk about bringing life to the radio.
So the family that owned KMRC in Morgan City, Louisiana, his son eventually wound up working for Walmart for Sandy, and I had told Sandy this story, and he relays that story to him. He goes, "Yeah, I remember that guy." Said he stole stuff from the radio station.
Oh my gosh.
He was doing. I don't know if it was late night or just
whatever it was,
8 to 12 or whatever. And dude stole stuff and went home with it. Said, "Come on, man, you were the only one there." And we get back the next morning and he's gone. So,
Kleptomaniac. Oh my goodness.
let's see, Tonya, we have here. Well, I can't ask you that one because that's the worst job you ever had, and you only have one.
I've only had one. My resume's about that.
What's something that used to feel like a luxury, but now feels pretty basic? So for me, air conditioning felt like a luxury when I was a kid because we didn't have it.
Yeah.
And grow up in Houston with no air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
And as far as that goes, running water and electricity felt like a luxury.
Vacations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still don't have those.
I don't have those either.
Big screen TV.
Yeah, big screen.
We all knew as kids, that one family that had a big screen, and if there was going to be a big
fight
event,
or
a fight or a football game or something, and that dad would just open the door and everybody from that street would come over and
Yeah, we went to a Mike Tyson fight, I think, watched it. I think that's when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear.
Y'all watched that one?
That's when the big scene was just coming out.
Yep.
We went and watched. It didn't last long. It was a big fat waste of money.
Now I have a big screen in my bedroom on my dresser that I play my Xbox on. I play my Xbox on a big screen.
I have a big screen in my bedroom that we don't ever watch.
Really? Oh my goodness.
You remember when when I got my first Atari 2600, it was on a black and white TV.
Yeah.
It was that big. You had to tune it up a little bit every time you turned it on. You turned it on and it went
I remember that.
Oh, and your parents would say, you can't play that game on the TV because it'll ruin the TV.
It'll ruin it'll get stuck in the.
Yeah.
Quit staring at that. You're going to mess your eyes
Yeah,
up.
that.
Yeah.
Not so close.
We talked about that one day on here about the lies parents tell their children.
yeah.
And, if you swallow bubble gum, it'll stop your
That's
booty
right.
up. And if you swallow watermelon seeds,
One
you'll
will grow out of your belly button.
If you
Yeah.
don't eat all your food, a puppy loses its legs. Just the normal lies.
Yeah, no, my parents didn't say that one.
I haven't heard the puppy loses
he
his
got you.
legs either. That's depressing. Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. What's a rule you follow that probably makes no logical sense but still feels right to you? For me, if I text you back or I text you initially after 9 o'clock, consider yourself fortunate. Because my rule generally is I don't answer the phone and I will not text after 9 o'clock.
That's a good rule.
And so,
You and I
again,
go back and forth.
You're in a very elite class. And,
If I find something interesting, just like I've said, I either have to say it right then or I have to send it right then.
Yeah.
Well, if I go home, I don't want to. If I leave work and go home, I'm not coming back to town. I
Yeah,
don't
me
want
too.
to. I hate that.
Yeah, me too. Of course, when we live, in town.
I grew up 12
Yeah.
miles from town.
Yeah.
Down a red dirt road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, you only went home when you knew you were going to be there. You were going to stay there.
I don't like to go back and forth.
What's a moment you realized, yep, I'm officially an adult?
When them bills started coming.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
That's a good question.
For me, I think it was the first time I got excited over a new appliance.
yeah,
I bought a new washer and dryer, and man, I was like through the roof. I just taking pictures of it, handed my phone to my wife and saying, "Take a picture."
My son-in-law, Eric, when they have a refrigerator just for their drinks and, overflow, and he says, man, I always thought
knew you've arrived.
You have 2 refrigerators in your house.
That is not.
We actually have 3. We have
yeah,
2
but
on the back
you have
porch.
you have like
But I
a
have 6
crew.
kids. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do have how many kids do you have?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of them don't stay with you.
No, thankfully.
Did I say stay?
We're down to just 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that long ago we had 5
Yep.
living.
Your youngest is
6.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh.
And my oldest is 31.
That's okay.
Yep. And hey, we are at the finish line, baby. She's already applied for and been given a date to take her bar exam.
Cool.
And
That's so
Arkansas?
great.
I mean, Oklahoma, I meant?
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Is she going to stay in Tulsa?
I'm assuming she
Yeah.
is. That's what she. Every time we've talked about it, she's like, "Look," she said, "I love Tulsa." She said, "It's big enough that everything I could want is right here. Mm-hmm. Small enough that I can be out of town in 15 minutes." And for her, a ton of her friends live in Springdale, Rogers, Fayetteville, Bentonville.
That's right there.
And so, every weekend pretty much consists of either her friends coming to Tulsa or she going over there to hang out. And I don't blame her. I wish that weren't the case, but you know what? I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she could take the Arkansas bar too, right? And be
Yeah, I'm
licensed in
assuming
Arkansas.
she
that'd
can,
be
yeah.
great. I mean, it's so close that it would be a good thing.
I'm assuming she can, yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of attorneys that we deal
But
with that are.
you know how much that bar exam is, though?
No, I don't know.
That's the thing that's prohibitive about it is I don't remember the amount, but, and it's not just that. You have to, when you apply, you have to pay for these background checks they're going to do, and then you have to get, so many references to write about you, and they have to check that person out and make sure they're not a freak or a weirdo, So
Yeah, I got you.
that's the kind of thing. So, well, Tonya, again, thank you for coming on the podcast with us. We do appreciate it very
Thank y'all
much.
so much. I
And,
enjoyed it.
So, again, Tonya Allen is running for Union County Circuit Clerk. Early voting is going on now. Election day is going to be Tuesday, March the 3rd. Of course, we will have election coverage live that night. We will be keeping up with it and streaming that coverage live. And so we wish you.
And give me a honk when you
That's
see me
right.
laughing.
If you see her, honk at her, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank y'all so much.
We're going to
Thanks,
take a
Tonya.
break. We will be back with more of Off the Back Porch right after this.
Non-stop phone calls, registered mail, repossessions, or threats of lawsuits from creditors, and it seems like no one is willing to let you hit pause and just catch your breath. You need the help of Robert Rushing and the Rushing Law Firm. Bankruptcy is not the end. It could be a chance for a fresh start. The Rushing Law Firm goes to work for you, letting you hit that pause button and start over. Call the Rushing Law Firm today at 870-875-2940 or stop by the office at 725 Northwest Avenue in El Dorado. The Rushing Law Firm.
With a history of being the voices you trust, this is Off the Back Porch.